Today, we're going to talk about the biggest misconception in SEO. Welcome back. This is John Locke from Lockdown Design and SEO. Before we get into today's video, I want to take just a minute to say what's inspired me to make this video this week. A lot of business owners that I talk to, they've either done their own SEO in the past, maybe 10 years ago, or they hired somebody to do it a long time ago, or they've read blogs about SEO, and so they have this idea of what SEO is about. One of the things that always comes up, I will even go as far as to say that other people that I see selling SEO have this thought as well. And that is that content will take care of everything. That is the biggest misconception in SEO that I have seen so far. That content is the be-all, end-all of SEO, and it begins and ends with content. Now, to be perfectly clear, I do believe that without great content, without content that is seemingly reading the minds of your customer, you're going to find it very, very hard to rank. Most of the sites that I've seen over the last few years that have lost rankings significantly are the sites that are glorified business cards. They're 5-page sites that really have no depth to them. And the sites that have gained the most are not only sites that are large brands, but also local brands that have put time into creating content and trying to create their own brand. So back to the biggest misconception in SEO, that content is the be-all, end-all. Like I said, you're not going to rank without content. You have to have great content, but it is one leg of the table of SEO. The other two legs that are equally important are links and user experience. And in that bucket of user experience, I put all the things such as, is your site mobile friendly? Does the site load quickly? Is it easy to find what you're looking for on the site? Those sorts of things. The thing that I really want to focus on is links, because I think this is the most misunderstood portion of SEO by business owners. There's a lot of SEO consultants out there, and especially ones that come from a web design or web development background, such as myself. There is a lot of misconception that content is the only thing that you should focus on. Writing great content, tweaking words on the page. So I even had a prospect mention this specifically to me, where they said basically their concept of SEO was making sure that you have the right types of words. Now they did understand that part. That part is correct. But what hurts a lot of your websites is the fact that you have zero link building strategy in place right now. That is the biggest thing that I see hurting your SEO efforts. Content is a thing, whether you're publishing it on your website, whether you're publishing it on YouTube, whether you're putting it on social media, it is not a case of build it and they will come. That only works in the movie Field of Dreams. You must have a plan for getting the snowball rolling. Getting people to your site before you are a mega huge brand, because a lot of you are trying to compete with larger brands, whether they're local brands or national brands that have a branch in your area. You have to look like a brand when it comes to link building. Google is going to look at a site that has 1 million links coming into it from 100,000 sites a lot differently than it does a site that has 15 sites linking to it and maybe 60 links total. So how do we fix it? And what types of links should you be looking for if you're just starting out doing the first steps of SEO? Like I said before, I don't think that you're going to get a lot of links without having good content. That having good content is probably step one to getting links. The more content you produce, the more links that you can potentially get. Case in point, on my own site, I've got hundreds of posts, but maybe 10 to 20% of those account for a lot of my own links. Okay, so there's a couple ways to look at this. Let's say that you're a manufacturer of a product. Say you're making an industrial equipment. What types of questions do people have when they buy it? What types of questions do they have after they buy that equipment and they've installed it? How do they set it up? What types of applications can they use it for? Having all sorts of guides, spec sheets that are on your site, that is going to help you. My advice is get an SEO consultant to help you, and maybe look at your competitors and look at what deeper pages that are in their site that are getting links. Why are those pages getting links? More than likely it's answering a question. These are not necessarily going to be product pages or the home page, but they're going to be deeper pages within the site to answer questions. There's different ways about getting the ball rolling when it comes to getting links. You want to be working with an SEO that has a plan for getting you links within your industry, beyond just the basic links that you have just for operating a business. Again, if you look at the biggest brands within your space and you look at the content that they have on their site and the types of links that they are getting, a lot of it is going to be from the deep cuts on their site, the deep pages, the blog posts, the spec sheets, how much information is being dispensed there. The biggest takeaways that I want you to have from this video: content is not enough on its own, but you have to have it. If you're not working with somebody that has a link building strategy in place for you, you should be. If you're a localized brand that has seen your rankings slip over the last 5 years, and you're seeing the search results dominated by larger brands which seem to put more effort into their websites and their marketing, that is a clue. It is not enough to just build a website and leave it dormant for 10 years and expect results. You have to be proactive about your marketing efforts. That not only includes going to trade shows and things of that nature, but you have to do things at scale, which means publishing things on your website on a regular basis, having some sort of social media where you post, give people a lot of different ways that they can get information from your website. And always be building your brand. Always be marketing. Don't get so heads down in your work that you neglect the difficult work of continuing to build your brand and do marketing. You should be doing some sort of marketing every single day. And the things that work at scale the best are publishing to your site, investing in SEO to where you show up in the search results, and creating forms of content which are going to be permanent assets on your site. Each page in which you publish information is a linkable asset which can help build your SEO down the line. If you only have 5 pages on your site, it's going to be hard to build links to your site. And lastly, do forms of marketing that scale, and that includes having things like an email newsletter, having social media accounts, those sorts of things. Remember, adding more keywords to the same 5 pages on your site is not going to get it done. You have to build links. To get links at scale, you have to be publishing content on your site. They go hand in hand. There are 2 sides of the same coin. If you are publishing content right now on a regular basis, make sure you're promoting it in a way that's going to drive traffic to your site and earn some links. If you have an SEO question that you'd like us to answer, we'd love to see you. Put that in the comments below. Just put your questions down there. We'll answer it in a future video. This is John Locke for Lockdown Design and SEO. We help manufacturing and industrial firms with SEO, helping them rank higher in Google and driving more traffic to their site. Don't forget to subscribe. Peace.